Anybody here? All right. And we're live. So it says there's one. All right. Oh, wait a little bit. Let's see what I have. Okay, while we're waiting. Okay. Could be. Guess while we're waiting here, take a moment to see if we can really plug it up. So, exposure. Ta-da! Okay. Ta-da! Ta-da! Actually, it would be pretty nice. Well, so far it's been 5 minutes and nobody has been here. Hopefully someone will show up soon. Yes, well. All right, still running late. Okay. Well, since nobody's here, I'll just get started. I probably should have done this minutes ago, but what the hell? We won't even keep this, but this will be the template for the next video. Okay. So if you watched last week's video, you'll know we're taking a fluorescent light and we are converting it over. So here's what happened this week. This is the power supply we were using. Turns out it doesn't work without a certain resistor on it. So we got the resistor and ran it across the 5-volt to ground lead. Noticed that there's a load, so it sensed it and still wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't stay on, wouldn't do anything. So had to deep six this. You see this? So instead what we got was a standard 12-volt 5-amp power supply. In addition to that, you can see kind of the end here. Got the plug for it. Hopefully you can see that. So plug, socket, fits right in, boom. So once I had it turned in and plugged on, first thing to do is to hook it up properly. And on this, if you get the same ones that DIY Perk suggests, the cable that's marked with the black is actually positive. It's reversed. You think the black cable is negative, it's not. So make sure that we have this in the right direction, and the black cable goes to positive 12-volt DC. So we'll hook the regular cable up, hit that, and obviously, boom, we have lighting. Now, this is very blue compared to the warm light that we have here, but that's okay. Honestly, I wonder if it would be dumb, but would it be the dumbest thing ever to take this and to like run it on the outside of, run like 4 of these on the outside of your monitor, just stick them on there, right? Hook the power supply up so it all goes in series and then just have that blast at you. I don't know, but all right, so we have working lights. That's good. Then we had to work on the actual fluorescent light fixture. So hang on, we'll do that. If you're out there and you're seeing this, this is a JD stream, and I'm live, even if you're not. Okay, so we went ahead and pulled it apart. As you can see, this is in pieces. We pulled the ballast, well, we pulled the input electronics. It's a coil, looks like a capacitor, and there were a few other things. We just had to clip them off. So that is now useless to us. What we are now trying to, you can see that I've also gone ahead and have laid down 2 rows of LEDs. I'm going to do 2 on the side here. So what that should do, it should make it, should make for a fairly nice bright light. So this is the wall, or the end of the ballast where the, I don't know what piece it is. This is where the wire went in, and also we pulled all the components out of there. So what the plan is to take this. We're trying to find washers that fit. This is metric, so 3/8 basically works, but not all the 3/8 are the same. They say they're 3/8, but they're not. But basically, get a washer to go around the outside, just that it doesn't slip. Then on the inside, we will run the lock washer and the nut. That will suck, but it will get done. Then we'll start actually wiring this. Positive is the center terminal, and the outer terminal is negative, so run 2 wires. I originally had picked up some wires, some 14 gauge, but that doesn't work very well. Not, hell, where did I put it? Not that it won't run signal. It will run current. It will run all of that. That's the problem is it doesn't bend enough, and also I'm trying to get it into the, it's just too thick, I think. So since they are running, sorry, I know that all of you out there have sensitive lives, sensitive ears, and I wouldn't want to offend even one of you for a moment. Promise. Where did the wires go? Bitch. There they are. Okay, so we have 2 wires. What I did is, since this was on an ATX power supply, it can handle the current we're throwing at it. So what I figure we're going to do is get the ends off of this. And then we can use this to come from, I tested with different wires earlier. It does fit. So we can then solder the positive here. We can then twist the negative around here. And somewhere we had a little piece of negative here. Off the power supply itself. You can see negatives there, and as long as you twist it pretty well, it will actually fit into that hole pretty well. You just have to make sure that you do it properly, and right now I can't, but nobody out there. Damn it. Maybe we can. Anyways, it goes on there pretty well. You can see with that yellow wire there. So then we'll just end up bending that around and soldering it in place. Then we'll solder the other wire to the terminal in the center right there. Positive, negative, positive center, and that then we will use the two wires for that. Now, thankfully, these are flexible enough to where they'll bend and they'll go into place pretty well. The other one doesn't like to do that so well. Now, now the guy who I got the idea from, DIY Perks, has everything in a time yet? Really, guys? You have failed me for the last time. He has everything on a dimmer circuit. I don't know that that's really the best plan for me. I just want the thing to work first, and then you can always, I mean, if you have to, you can always desolder a wire and run it another way. I mean, it's not a huge deal. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hook up all the positives and hook, and then hook the red wire up to that, then all the blacks up to the negative, including the black there, and that should be okay, I believe. We'll find out for sure, won't we? Then we should have a working circuit. I would still kind of like to get this, and maybe we'll do this since we want to kill the time here. See if anybody shows up yet. So we'll just strip this carefully and kind of test each LED circuit. We went to get a wire stripper at some local store. I have no idea. I still can't remember the name of it. And they wanted $30 for that. Can you believe that? $30 for that? No. This isn't even like a professional electronics store to where I might even bite on it, to where people are actually using it. It's just like some schlag store, home. There we go. Some home furnishings place. Wasn't really impressed. So answer was no. We'll just, I mean, I may yet go up to Harbor Freight and see about this or not. I don't have a whole ton of money. In fact, you could honestly say I don't really have any money. You wouldn't be wrong. But, that's okay. Right, we'll give that a little more. That's what we should have done with the first one, but the other side, we may yet do that. We'll see. All right. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're going to just put negative in here, and I don't think it really matters which way. Although the electronics guy in me prefers to run it this way. Always one wire that wants to mess with you. It's got to ruin your day. It's got to make it bad. So just take this and hopefully... All right, sooner or later, I will figure out how to do such a simple task. But for now, there we go. So we have that hooked up. That should be good. Now, all we're going to do is connect. This is where it gets a little tricky. So I think y'all can see this. So if I do this properly, hopefully we can, what will happen, maybe some way to just do this, but there isn't. What we're going to try to do is to hook up, and you should see if light comes on there or not. So let me drop this over here. And this is, of course, not working. If I were to solder it, that would probably make all the difference in the world. Okay. Here's hoping. Okay, so you should see if the lights come on. So R1, put the negative up, 2. Would have worked if it would stay soldered. Okay, maybe we'll take a minute and just to test that this isn't wrong. We really can't solder this right now. If we could, it would make life easier, but we can't. Okay, are we still there? Appear to be. Negative. Positive. Oops. All right, we're gonna have to play with this some more, but the basic idea is there. Really, nobody's watching this anyway, so we'll just cut it. So this video will not be shown. Nothing's happening, so have a great night.